Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having an amazing Sunday. The sun is out. It's kind of unusual. We had so much snow over the holiday season. I mean, we had getting close to 9 inches here at the house. And the solar panels were covered in snow for a really long time. In fact, the lower panels on our roof were still covered with snow when I left to go to Detroit for the Chevrolet Silverado EV look around. By the way, thank you to all of you who were very complimentary about that. We had a fantastic time, Michael and I. It was a very quick trip. And I know some of you were concerned about the fact that we went on the trip and we had a very short period of time with the car. We left on Wednesday morning. We arrived Wednesday afternoon in Detroit. Obviously, there was a 3-hour time zone difference. I filmed the, the Stellantis video. I wrote the script and filmed it in the hotel room that night and edited it, which is why it had problems with the left channel of audio, because I was editing it on my laptop rather than on my studio machine here. And when there are audio problems here, I tend to notice them. On a tiny laptop with tiny screens, not so much. Then on Thursday morning, we got up. We went to the Fox Theatre in Detroit, where Chevrolet had got the Silverado EV, and we had a look there. And we had an hour, we were there for an hour. By the time we'd got our camera gear ready, because we had 3 cameras and sound rigs and everything, we had to interview 3 team members at Chevrolet about the Silverado. So each person got 3 questions, and you're going to see those videos later this week. Someone from the engineering, someone from the design, and someone from marketing. The marketing video is going to be much, much longer because the marketing expert talked far more than the other 2. And I'm going to be putting that up with minimal editing, because if you are a Chevrolet customer, I think that what he says about the Bolt and the Bolt fires, it's telling. We didn't have time to push him on the subject, so I'm just going to leave that video in its entirety on the main channel for you to watch and enjoy. By the time we did the look around, the walk around, we literally had 10 minutes. So we filmed that in 10 minutes, and then we had to jump back in a car, head to the airport and fly away. And a lot of people say, hi, why did you go to that? And the reason is that we are a small channel and we're trying to do more this year. And we knew we could go and it would be COVID safe. We had N95 masks. There's only 2 team members going as opposed to 6. So it was lower risk for us. And hopefully this means we'll then get access to the Chevrolet Silverado EV or other Chevrolet vehicles later in the future, because you know the folks who run PR for car companies, they remember if you've done a video on them in the past, they're more likely, if you've done a video and you've turned it around quickly, they're more likely to go, yeah, you know, we can do that again. So chickens are doing chickeny things, and Ghost is right over there. I don't know if you can see him having fun hiding down in the undergrowth. Ghost, come here. Stop digging around in the chicken poo piles. Come and say hello to everybody. He has grown a lot, as you can see, and he's reached a bit of an impasse with our chickens. He clearly wants to play with them. Play. But we're not going to let that happen. Anyway, that's not what I want to talk to you today about. What I want to talk to you about today is price gouging. Now, obviously this week, the Ford F-150, the order book's finally opened for conversion. So people who'd pre-reserved the F-150 Lightning started to get messages from their dealership saying, hey, you can now convert that pre-reservation to an order, or rather from Ford directly. And what's going on there is it looks as if one person per dealership so far has been invited to configure their truck. So most people have not received an invitation. I haven't received an invitation. I know some dealerships, you know, people at the dealerships have placed an order, so they, I think, have had priority, and it's down to the dealerships to choose. But some dealerships have been giving Ford a really bad name by price gouging. They've been reaching out to customers going, yeah, if you want to be up on the list, you're going to have to pay us an additional 5, 10, 15, 20, in one place $30,000 over list price. And a lot of people have been getting very frustrated with Ford and complaining that Ford is having problems. I'm going to walk down here because my border collie he's figured out how to jump into the chicken area, and I think that's what he's going to try and do this morning. So I want to keep an eye on him because his recall isn't all that great. Anyway, Ford is not responsible for dealer actions, and because of legislation that's been in place in many US states for decades, automakers are, in some ways, have their hands tied about what control they have over how much dealerships charge for vehicles. Now, I have said before that I would be much happier in some ways if dealerships just had online sales and you bought your car online and then you went to the dealership just to pick the car up. I like how Tesla has done that part of its experience. I still see the need for dealerships and for people to have a relationship with dealers because I think it helps. But late last week, Ford reached out to dealers and went, hey, you know all this price gouging? It's a bad thing. We don't like it. It gives us a bad name. Please, can you stop it? Obviously, they can't force dealers to stop it, but I think we are not helping as a community because a lot of people are saying, oh, all Ford dealers are doing it, and they're not. There are plenty of Ford dealerships who are selling vehicles at MSRP. And I think it's important to, how do I put this? I think it's important to make sure that dealerships know that if they price gouge, customers are not going to go and buy vehicles from them in the future, because I'll much rather go to a dealership who isn't going to price gouge. This sun is really nice. So I want to know what you would do about price gouging. So some of you have said, yeah, well, you know, we shouldn't buy Ford vehicles if dealerships are going to price gouge, hurt Ford. But hurting Ford isn't really the point. It's the dealerships who are at fault. So I would love to know in the comments below how you would like to tackle that. Now I've rescued my dog, I can actually finish this video properly. He's digging in the grass next to my feet. Puppies, eh? Thanks on behalf of the entire crew go to the folks on my right for being our $15 to $49 a month Patreon supporters. Special thanks to our $50 a month patrons. They are Chris Maxwell, Brian Newton, Jason Bordor, Dave Kitchen, Michael Goad, Ricky Leon, Andrew Martin, Guido Trahota, Brophy Wolf, Tesla in the Gong, Gordon C, Stephen O'Donoghue, Carl Hodgson, Anthony Coates, Ray Jean Vellos, Rory Litwin, Anonymous Freak, Jim Burness and Denny Hyde, and of course, our deepest gratitude to our $100 a month Patreon supporters, Marcel Ward, Reggie Watts, Joe Bresney, JP Fagerback, Will Graylin, Matthew Drobnak, John Lyons, Christopher Lee Jones, Laura Reynolds, Paul Conway, Ellery Hensley, and Ian. If you would like to support us through Patreon, there are links below, as well as links for Bitcoin and Ko-fi. And don't forget too that you can check out our cool swag store. Unfortunately, this t-shirt is not for sale because this is a very special t-shirt that belongs just to me, but there are plenty of cool tops that you can buy, and this is not a t-shirt, it's a hoodie. I've not had any coffee yet this morning, can you tell? Do keep your eyes peeled for more great videos from the team this week. We've got some more from the Chevrolet Silverado EV launch event, we've got more from CES, and I think there's a couple of features on the way too, including one on plug and charge, and I can't remember the rest. We are modifying our videos again, so keep your eyes peeled as we try and figure out something that keeps the algorithm happy, but also keeps you guys happy. And we'll be back next weekend with another Sunday Musing. Until then, be most excellent and kind to one another. Wear a mask, please, and keep evolving.